Hi, my name is Ronnie Krass. This is Chapter 7, based on sexual harassment, including pregnancy, discrimination, and gay rights. From the textbook, I chose the case Fox versus Leyland Volunteer Fire Rescue Department. The case was on May 5th, 2016. The facts of the case are that a female firefighter was fired 3 days after her chief found out that she was consulting with an attorney over an issue where there was a hostile workplace environment, and like I said, she was terminated 3 days later. Basically, she experienced a different kind of treatment and harassment from her subordinates throughout her career. She has also received a negative performance evaluation and then was put back on probation for 90 days. The relevancy of this is with the addition of many more women in the fire service these days, including my own department. Each department needs to discuss and train on sexual harassment, any kind of harassment actually, and the seriousness of this. We no longer work in an environment where things can be said. We have to think about things before we say them. Where 30 years ago you could say whatever you wanted basically, and you didn't have to worry about anything. And also the department heads also need to be aware of what the contract rights are in case you end up in a position so they don't violate these rights. For my recent case, I chose the case of Durham versus Rural Metro Corporation. Basically, this is about a female firefighter that was pregnant, and she wanted to do light duty, and it was not offered to her, but light duty was offered to people with on-the-job injuries. So she ended up suing for this, and like I said before, the relevancy of this is there's more women in the fire service. Our department has women, but we've never had a pregnant female at our fire department. At some point, this is going to come to fruition, and they're going to have to figure out what kind of light duty these people can do, when they can do the light duty without getting themselves into trouble or charged with any kind of discrimination. For the current event, I chose the race and sex-based hiring goals at Cincinnati Police that were found to be unconstitutional. Basically, at one time, Cincinnati Police instituted race and sex goals when they were hiring and awarding promotions. Basically said it didn't discriminate against the blacks and women's, but then a federal judge ruled that it's unconstitutional. The relevancy of this is basically I took the City of Cincinnati fire test, and anybody that's taken the test in the past, at least in the past 20 years I would say, has known that when you take the test, if you're not a white, if you're not a female, if you're not a minority, that your chances of getting hired on are pretty slim. So I thought it was pretty interesting of that. I'm not sure if the fire department actually does this anymore. I would imagine they do the same thing that the police do, and that this is not taken into consideration anymore to get their numbers up. They hire the best people that they can hire, I would think. Thank you.